of those two, LeBron was. He had Kyrie top of mind on Mind the Game with our friend JJ Redick. Here's what he had to say about his former teammate.
So happy and so proud and to watch him and continue his growth and whatever the case may be. And at the same time, I'm so mad at the same time that I am not his running mate anymore. I have so many words to praise Kyrie that I end up with absolutely none. He's the most gifted player the NBA has ever seen. I've never seen a guy in my NBA life that feels better at times shooting with his offhand than he does with his primary hand. I've never seen nothing like that.
All right, so Kyrie requested a trade out of Cleveland in 2017. You played with LeBron in Cleveland. You played with LeBron here in Los Angeles, won a title with him in 2020. What do you make of this reminiscing from James?
I think everybody who has had Kyrie as a teammate is reminiscing. Any team, there's not a player or a teammate that's not missing Kyrie right now, the way he's playing. But yeah, you know, Bron had some great times with him. I don't know what he has up his sleeve. You never know with Bron, but it's funny to see. It's funny to watch. But I do hope to see it. I don't think we will see it.
You hope to see a reunion?
I think everybody wants to see a reunion. Everybody loves to see a good reunion. I don't think we'll get that. Bron has maybe a year or two left. I don't see Kyrie leaving Dallas.
Sign that extension.
Yeah, and I don't see Bron going to Dallas either, unless Bronny ends up there somehow and he makes some magic happen. But I don't see that happening. So that duo's over. It was fun while it lasted. We'll enjoy it when they're done playing even more.
There were a couple transaction windows in the last 2 years, including when the Mavs traded for Kyrie Irving, where the Lakers had a chance to go all in and get him, but that's spilt milk. You can't cry over spilt milk. You got to make do with what you have. And the Mavericks won an all-time trade by getting Kyrie Irving, and they ain't letting him go anytime soon. But LeBron is right. If he's not the most gifted player of all time, he's up there. For what this dude can do at 6'2", it's crazy. I once interviewed Karis LeVert 3-4 years ago about finishing at the rim and Kyrie Irving, and he told me, I used to sit there and watch YouTube videos of Kyrie teaching kids how to spin the ball off the backboard, showing people how to put English on the ball from right underneath the rim at crazy angles and make it go in. That's the whole NBA. Everybody in the NBA has just awe for what this guy can do around the basket with both hands at his size. And boy, what a great story in Dallas this year. And now we get to see it on the biggest stage.
For sure, at his size, I think he's the most skilled player in the history at his size. But we can't forget, we have Kevin Durant, we have a Victor Wembanyama. For guys at 7 feet, Chet Holmgren, like those guys be able to shoot, handle the basketball, they're pretty skilled and talented too. They have a lot left of career to go, so we don't know where they end up. But I definitely put Tyree in the top 3 of probably most skilled in the history of the game.
Look, Kyrie is different, and I think it's amazing that he has embraced those differences to the point where we get to celebrate his game after all that he has gone through, some self-inflicted today. And when I first met Kyrie, it was in the McDonald's All-American game. Yep. And a lot of people were just playing video games in between our practices. Or Kai was reading a book. You know, he was doing some different things, but he was so intelligent, not just, how he approached the game, but just how he moves. Yeah. And I think you're starting to see the maturation all come together. And this all started with LeBron, right? Oh, shoulda, woulda, coulda, we coulda. He's so gifted. He's absolutely gifted, and Zach is right. His ball handling ability, I've never seen anything like it. His ambidextrous nature, never seen anything like it. To be able to whip it around, to knock down a game-winning shot with the left the way that he does. And then also his ability to just knock down, clutch shots. That's my favorite shot, 2016, the championship. Most impressive shot. When I think of Kyrie, I think of all these things for better or for worse at certain points in his career, but he has gotten himself back to the mountaintop. Yeah. And I think it's funny that LeBron's like, oh, I'm reminiscing. I was like, oh, it's very convenient to reminisce.
Well, when he's playing at this level, right, it's hard not to if you're LeBron James. Kyrie Irving, we all remember he was sitting courtside a year and change ago.
Boston's reminiscent.
Right.
Brooklyn's
there's a whole bunch of places that are
reminiscing.
But Dallas was able to get Kyrie Irving for Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith, a first, 2 seconds. The Lakers package centered right around Russell Westbrook and a couple of first-round picks. The fact that they were able to get Kyrie Irving for that is one of the great steals in the NBA. But it's because of where he was at, not knowing whether or not we were going to get to see this focused, excellent excellent version of Kyrie Irving. And the way that he's playing now, it's pretty hard to remember a reason why that would be the package for him, but it's incredible.
And I think what's cool is that you've seen similar compliments, but in different ways. LeBron James playing with Kyrie Irving brought out the best in him. Now Kyrie playing with Luka Doncic is bringing out the best in him, and they chose to embrace each other in a very difficult moment. But they're very similar, LeBron and Luka. LeBron has the athleticism, Luka might have the skill. You look at the numbers, you look at the usage. So it's interesting that he has found himself another partner in crime, even though LeBron's sitting back like, that reminds me of something.
Well, and when you're talking about, Zach, if you're talking about best all-time LeBron James partners, obviously Danny Green, one of those all-time great partners, but you're talking Dwayne Wade, you're talking Anthony Davis, and probably Kyrie Irving in some order, right?
Yeah, those three certainly top the list, along with Chris Bosh, who I think never gets enough credit for the sacrifices he made and the defense he played to kind of enable Miami to find the identity that it had. But peak Dwayne Wade, man, do not sleep on peak Dwayne Wade. I think he's still probably at the top of that list, even over Anthony Davis by a tiny bit and Kyrie, but it's close. Peak Dwayne Wade was a monster.
Yeah, it's got to be those three in some way, shape, or form. And then you start wondering, all right, why is LeBron asking this now? Is it just because the final stage?
It's a chess play.
Well,
but D-Wade, he did win 2 with D-Wade. He's won 1 with Kyrie, 1 with AD. So I'd have to go with Zach here.
He has a good arsenal.
Yeah, exactly. He's had some pretty incredible running mates. Zach Lowe, you're our incredible running mate. Thank you so much for spending some time with us.
NBA,